It's Wednesday, October 6, 2021. A lot going on today. Very interesting day on the markets. And I want to get right into it. Make sure you like this channel, give it a thumbs up, make sure you share these videos, and make sure you subscribe. But I want to get right into what we just witnessed take place today. Another miracle on Wall Street, more magic tricks. They're pulling rabbits out of the hat on a daily basis now. Senate GOP leader McConnell may offer short-term debt ceiling extension following pressure from the president. The Dow Jones earlier this morning was down 450 points. As soon as Mitch comes out, all of a sudden a miracle takes place. Markets turn around. Dow Jones closes up, ends the day up 102 points. Now, this offer will unlikely be attractive to the Dems, but we'll see how it plays out. The debt ceiling, ladies and gentlemen, is going to rise no matter what, and so will your taxes, and so will spending. You know, again, the solution is just print more money, raise taxes, and spend more money. There's absolutely no control. We are spending hand over fist as a country. And the solution is just raise the debt ceilings, raise taxes, and print more money. Not tighten the budget, not cut spending, not get rid of a bunch of special interests. No, it is raise the debt ceiling and continue to print money. So Mitch saved the world today, offering a short-term debt limit extension. And in doing so, we saw oil go down, T-bill yields tumbled, gold down, silver down, Bitcoin off the chart, flying. But thank God we were all saved by Mitch. And, you know, regarding Bitcoin, look, I really have no attraction to Bitcoin. I really don't. And if you do, that's fine. God bless you. But, you know, you cannot compare gold to Bitcoin. Yeah, it's up 5,000 today, but as soon as we see another development company in China in trouble, amazing, we're not hearing anything what's happening in China now, but as soon as there's trouble, as soon as there's fear, and as soon as there's panic, you're going to watch the cryptos collapse yet again, once again, as they always do. Yeah, enjoy the euphoria, enjoy it, and if you're making money, God bless you. I have nothing against it. If you want to gamble, and take some risk in the cryptos, more power to you. But just remember, as soon as there's trouble, fear, panic, we saw what happened when the markets went down 20%, Bitcoin went down 85%. When we started hearing the problems with Evergrande, Bitcoin demolished. So now that everything is quiet and, you know, we're going to see the debt ceiling raised, the reconciliation infrastructure bill passed, the $5 trillion of money printing coming, it seems that the markets and cryptos like it. So just wanted to put that out there. Nothing against it, but I buy gold and silver, but especially gold, because of what I see coming and the fear that I see coming and the panic that is coming. And when all the magic shows are over and we come to reality, you need to be holding real things. My opinion, I don't give financial advice. That's how I see it. Again, if you're making money in cryptos, if you made some money today, God bless you. I hope that you're putting it in real hard assets, because when the magic show is over, you better be ready. CNBC. Business insolvency set to rise globally in 2022. First time since crisis research shows. Globally, business insolvencies are expected to jump 15% on year in 2022, but markets up today, no big deal. KCAL News right here from Los Angeles. Experts say prices at grocery stores will continue to rise over a year. Ladies and gentlemen, we have not seen anything yet. I was talking to Aaron Early, Texas Silver, about an hour ago, a little earlier today, and he just filmed a video. I think he went to a Walmart and some other place, and he's going to, on his next video, show some of the shortages out there in the Austin area at his local Walmart. So check out Texas Silver, great show. Aaron does a great job. And you know, Aaron's one of these people who walks the walk. You know, they used to say back in the day, show me the receipt, meaning show me proof of what you're doing. Why should I do what you're doing? Show me some proof. A lot of people make videos and they can tell you everything. They can tell you what to do. They can tell you the news, but they don't do anything. They're not putting their money where their mouth is. They're not walking the walk. People like Aaron Early, Texas Silver, this guy has been a friend of mine for years. He walks the walk, puts his money where his mouth is. So check out his next video. I think it's going to come out tonight or tomorrow. Texas Silver, check it out. Should be a good one. But you know, we all need to be putting our money where our mouth is. We all need to be walking the walk right now. You know, be very, very cautious of, you know, there's a lot of people we look up to, people we watch, people on the television, people on YouTube, and they're fake as a $3 bill. They don't walk the walk. And so be cautious of the people you follow. According to this article on KCAL News Los Angeles, retailers are only receiving 50 to 70% of what they order. And so that brings up another point. And for me, I walk the walk. I put my money where my mouth is. And you know, there's things I would rather spend money on. There's things I'd rather be doing. You know, it's not always delightful and fun to talk about what's happening here today, especially right here in the United States of America. I would much rather be making videos, vacationing, maybe, you know, being on a boat, driving a car, being at Cars and Coffee, going to a car show. There's just other things that would be more fun, maybe more entertaining. But this has to be done, ladies and gentlemen. This is our country. This is your future, my future, your kids' future. If we do not get things handled financially in our own personal lives, let alone our country, we're doomed. We're done. Your kids are done. Your grandparents are done. It's over. And so it's hard for me to take a vacation. It's hard for me to go buy toys. It's hard for me to make videos about entertaining you with cars and boats and things like that, because in all reality, this country is hanging on by a thread. And I do not want to see us turn into a Venezuela. But now getting back to the article, this is dried eggs from Augustin Farms. There's 383 dried eggs, or 383 servings in this bucket right here. You can order this on Amazon if you want to use Amazon. You can go online, just check out Augustin Farms. They don't pay me a dime. I just ordered this, never even have used it. I had a friend of mine buy a bunch of these for his family. And I said, well, I should top off some of my emergency food with 383 more servings of eggs. So why not? You can add it to your beans, your rice, whatever. It was like 140, 150 bucks delivered. So I thought it was really good to have. But, you know, could you take $150 and go out to dinner this weekend? Yes, absolutely. Could you take $150 and, you know, maybe go spend a night somewhere over the weekend? Yeah, absolutely. There's other things you could do with $150 that'd be much more fun, much more entertaining, much more satisfying than buying 383 servings of eggs. But if you believe where this is all going, if you believe what I believe, if you're connecting the dots and you know things are going to get really nasty here, then maybe you take $150 and you buy some extra food. That's just my thoughts. Oil prices hit 7-year high in U.S., sparking economic unease. Get ready. You're going to be paying a lot more. And for the people out there that go, oh, I'm making more money this year. I'm making more money. You're paying more for food. You're paying more for rent. You're paying more for energy, paying more for gas. You're paying more for everything in your daily life. And so we're actually making less money than we were before because the inflation is eating our money alive. Bourbon distillers face big tax bills and higher tariffs after a record year for production. This is how the system helps business here in America. Why aren't businesses getting help? Why aren't the distillers getting help? We just had one of the worst years on record business-wise, and we're going to raise taxes. For the first time ever, there are more than 10 million barrels of bourbon aging across the beautiful state of Kentucky, which I hope I'm going to be a resident of very, very soon. But the industry is contending tariffs that are due to double this year and a hefty, one-of-a-kind tax bill. Trade disputes that have nothing to do with bourbon have caused collateral damage in the industry. So here we go again. More bureaucracy, more taxation. Instead of helping these businesses, we're suffocating them. And it's so sad, especially a state like Kentucky that needs help. And what do? We just strangle it. We're strangling small, medium businesses. We're strangling the bourbon distillers in Kentucky. It's really criminal and tragic what we are watching take place. As mortgage rates shoot even higher, refinance demand plummets 10%. That was on CNBC today. 30-year fixed rate now is 3.14%. Here's another one today. Mortgage application volume at 3-month low. Mortgage apps for this week are down 13% from the same week a year ago. So what does this mean? There's no doubt. I think we can all agree the housing market is beginning to cool down, but there are a lot of unanswered questions out there. How now are we going to sustain this housing bubble when we continue to lose massive amounts of jobs as we're taxing businesses out of business, like the distillers in Kentucky? We're watching the auto industry literally in a Great Depression at this point. Last Thursday, the first-time jobless claims came in at 362,000. We will get the new numbers tomorrow. What will they be? Comment down below. Will they be over 300,000 or below 300,000 first-time jobless claims? I believe we will see over 300,000 first-time jobless claims tomorrow morning when we get the news. The Hedge today, landlords express frustration with LA's eviction moratorium as state eviction ban ends. The eviction moratorium ended September 30th in Los Angeles County, but it's been extended. Last month, the city began offering rental assistance to both landlords and tenants under the Emergency Renters Assistance Program for those who have not been able to pay rent. Yeah, we hear about all these jobs out there, but we still have all these people who can't pay rent. LA City has received 49.6 thousand total rent relief applications, which amounts to over $725 million in rent relief. I mean, that's a lot of people, and that's a lot of money. And that's just what we know of. Average assistance comes to $15.2 thousand. The city has paid out over $31 million. $31 million of the over $725 million. If you're a landlord in California, especially Los Angeles, I feel very, very sorry for you. They're doing nothing for the landlord. Remember, most of these landlords are small business owners, and they depend on this money just like you depend on money when you go to work so you can come home, pay your bills, pay your rent, pay your mortgage, pay to put food on the table, pay to take care of your kids. Well, if you have 3 rental houses and nobody's paying you rent, how are you paying your mortgage? How are you paying to put food on the table for your kids? And so this thing is a complete disaster. And what they're doing is they're just holding this off because LA County has roughly probably around 100,000 people roaming the streets homeless. Then you have people living in their vans, living in their cars. They don't even count, but they have anywhere from 80 to 100,000 people wandering the streets, sleeping on sidewalks. They do not want thousands of more people on the streets of LA, and they're doing everything they can to put it off. But this is going to end very, very badly for Los Angeles. It's going to end very, very badly for landlords. It's going to end bad for the tenants. It's going to end bad for everyone. The Hedge, Poland unexpectedly hikes rates for the first time since 2012 to tackle non-transitory inflation. Just hours after the Reserve Bank of New Zealand hiked its rate from 0.25 to a half a point, Poland's central banks unexpectedly raised interest rates 40 basis points from 0.1% to 0.5%. Now, everybody says that can never happen here. We're seeing more countries doing it. It's happening. It's going to happen here in 2022. And many people out there said rates can never go up. It's impossible, never going to happen. It's going to happen, and it's going to happen probably when you least expect it. And when it does, it's going to be the beginning, I think, of the greatest depression in America. How high will they raise rates? How many times will they raise? We're going to see. But even a quarter basis point is going to make a huge difference here in America, in these markets, in housing. Poland's central bank to buy 100 tons of gold in 2022. In a time when institutions are increasingly shifting away from fiat currency and looking towards cryptos, it is worth recalling that at least when it comes to central banks, there is no digital gold. There is just gold. Global gold reserves expanded 332.2 tons in the first half of 2021, 39% higher than the 5-year average for the period. So look, gold might be flat right now, and I know Bitcoin has been just going off the charts, and that's fine. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a marathon. We got a long way to go, and a lot of people are going to be gambling on Ponzi schemes. I think it's very important to be holding real assets. Why do central banks hold real assets? Why is Poland going to up their gold reserves 100 tons in 2022? Ask yourself that. I know that people like to gamble and make money, you know, from day to day, week over week. And if you like doing that, then, you know, cryptos are fantastic for doing that. But if you believe that this system is going to melt down, if you believe the bubbles are going to pop, if you believe that the dollar is on borrowed time, then you better be holding something real, not something that can just be made with computers. Remember, there are 11,000 cryptos out there. There'll soon be 12 or 13,000 and more. There's only one gold. There's only one silver. Will the holiday season be ruined by the global supply chain crisis? Comment down below. Love to know your thoughts. What is Christmas going to look like this year? How are people going to handle Christmas this year? You know, these Black Friday sales at, you know, Best Buy and Walmart, where people line up the middle of the night to go to a store that they could go to 7 days a week, but they have to go that Friday night because they think they're getting an incredible sale. And then there'll be multiple fist fights and people will be trampled, and you know, you'll save $100 on your big screen. You know, what is that going to look like this year? Because there's not going to be as many electronics. There won't be as many big screens to go around. There won't be as many video games to go around. What is it going to look like? Most are going to worry about their television and video games, toys, material items. Maybe now is a good time to start worrying about food. Not video games, not televisions, electronics, material items. Maybe now it's time to start worrying about stuff like this. Stuff that you may have to rely on. I don't know. It's just my thoughts, So I want to wrap it up. I want to share one last article with all of you coming from The Hedge today. Hackers own Jeff Bezos by publishing Twitch source code in huge hack. The hackers didn't just break in, they stole a treasure trove of valuable source code, internal admin tools, and files associated with Vapor Game Store. It was a hack planned and executed not simply to profit, but to hurt Twitch and Amazon. Data on payments to popular streamers was also stolen and leaked. And so they leaked the amount that these streamers were making, the amount that they were being paid. So again, this goes back to what I've said many times, to a lot of the messages that you have sent me about ATMs down, banks closed. How safe is your money in a bank account, in a checking account, in a savings account? How safe are the safety deposit box at your bank? How safe is anything you have on a computer? You know, people have literally their whole life, their whole fortune, their retirement, everything sitting on a computer screen. You have to ask yourself, what if And today we need to be asking ourselves a lot of what ifs, because a lot of things are becoming true that we thought were just theories 10 years ago. Things we thought people were crazy talking about 10 years ago, it's happening right now. And we're seeing literally cyber attacks and hacks daily to some of the biggest companies, to governments, to militaries all over the world. And yet people think that everything in their bank is safe, everything on their computer is safe, everything in that financial institution is safe. If the computers go down, you cannot use a plastic card, you will not use cryptos. The only thing you have then is cash, gold, silver, and of course, food. And other assets, maybe water, clothes, things you can barter with, whatnot. But just think, if things go down for 2 weeks, 2 months, could you survive? This is what you have to ask yourself today. Maybe while you're sitting down having dinner this evening, before you go to bed, think about, if the lights went out today and they were going to be off for 2 weeks, could you survive? Could you make it through it? You may live in a hot climate, you may live in a cold climate. Are you going to be able to deal with the conditions? Do you have a way to heat or to cool? Do you have enough water, food for your family? And can you protect it? Again, a lot of people out here walking around telling you this is bad, get ready for this, get ready for that. They're not putting their money where their mouth is. They're not telling you what you need to do, what you should be doing right now. You know, you better have security situated and you better have your food situated. The two most important things right now, ladies and gentlemen, is security and stuff like this. Food, emergency food, canned food, and water. If you don't have that, then what are you doing? You shouldn't even be talking about what is happening right now because you're unprepared. And so many people yak and talk and have the answers to everything, and they don't do anything about it. They procrastinate, or they just yak, talk, and do absolutely nothing about it. You have got to be putting your money where your mouth is right now. You've got to be walking the walk right now. We have very, very turbulent times coming to this country. And talk is not going to protect you. Talk is not going to feed you. Wake up, ladies and gentlemen.